Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast. Today we were going to be talking about MLB. Um, I've kind of switched up things as I've been more inclined to the baseball sort of thing. So I thought, why not just try it out this season, see how it goes. I know a little bit about baseball. I'm not like the biggest know-it-all of baseball, but I feel like I know enough to have some prediction. Not like the big guys. They know what they're doing, and they've got years and years of experience on me. I'll just be figuring it out this season, seeing how it goes. But I've got we're gonna be watching spring training tomorrow. A lot of games are going on. I might go live on Twitch while watching one of the games, maybe just to see how the community wants to do some stuff. But let's start out with some of my big questions, especially watching the playoffs last year, um, and just seeing how it unraveled and all that. The Mariners obviously going to the ALCS for the first time in 24 years. Um, we've got the Dodgers winning their second World Series. It's actually one of the things is, can the Dodgers three-peat? I think it could happen. They're the favorites to win the World Series. They're the favorites to win the NL. I think for the NL especially, there's about 3 AL teams with odds that are better than the second team to win the NL. So the AL is going to be more stacked, but the Dodgers kind of have the runaway odds to win the NL right now. Of course, it's spring training starting tomorrow, so we're not going to get a full view of everything that's going on, but it's going to be a good reflective view, especially to see some of the rookies. I have more of that later on. Um, but to see more of the rookies that come out and perform good, hopefully they can get a good start to the season. Um, but yeah, let's start out with this. Yes, Dodgers three-peating. I think it definitely can happen. I hope it doesn't happen, obviously. The Dodgers are spending double, triple what anybody else will pay players. I think, honestly, I don't know the actual numbers or anything, but they pay immense amounts of money for these players. They have the most stacked roster, probably one of the better pitching staffs. Actually, I can't remember his name. Yoshimoto Yamamoto. I think that's how you say it. Is gonna start for their first game on Saturday, and then he's going off to the thing, the World Championship Series or something like that. But there you got him. You got Roki Sasuke. You've got Shohei Ohtani, obviously. You've got Blake Snell. You got, oh my goodness, what's the pitching staff for the Dodgers? Dodgers. I know they have so many good pitchers. It's insane. And I don't even know. Yeah, Tyler Glasnow. Now you've got Roki Sasaki, my bad, from Japan. You got a lot of Japan guys. Blake Snell, um, Yamamoto, of course, and then you got Shohei Ohtani. So you got 4 of the 5 starting pitchers who could be or are all stars basically. So you got 4 pitching all stars. You got some of the best hitters in the league. Freddie Freeman, Ohtani again. You got Will Smith, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Tiscar Hernandez, Kyle Tucker, Max Muncy. I mean, the list goes on. The whole team is just the all-star team, pretty much. So It'll definitely be difficult to beat the Dodgers, but I do think that there are a few teams that can beat them. I think the Mariners have loaded up this offseason. Obviously, we've lost as a Mariners fan. We've kind of lost a few players, but I think the push we had were the team is going to be working in this worked this off season to where they should be able to compete at least for an ALCS again and possibly the first ever World Series appearance in franchise history. Um, I'm a little more hesitant about the Yankees just because of their playoff success the last few years has been very shaky. I don't know if they're up to the task in the playoffs. So we'll have to see that. We'll have to see. I think New York Mets can give the Dodgers a little bit of trouble. But beyond that, it's gonna be the Dodgers. If nobody can do that, then I guess the Blue Jays could, but the Blue Jays lost some key players that they had last year that took them to the World Series. So it's gonna be difficult. Could the Dodgers three-peat? Probably. Do we want them to? No, obviously not. But in all likelihood, I could see the Dodgers being one of the best teams in the league once again, like they pretty much have been the last few years, or last like 2 decades, and so yeah, they just got the loaded roster that everybody wished they could have, really. So, all right, Seattle Mariners is another one of those teams that I'm looking at. I mean, man, what a year it was last year. Went and saw one of the games. Saw Cal Raleigh hit his 20th home run against the Rangers. It was against Nicky Baldi, of all people. And he's a great pitcher. My goodness, that guy's a good pitcher. But Cal Raleigh just got him that one time. Him hitting 60 was insane. I think this season's gonna prove if he was actually the star that we think he is now, because obviously 160 home run season is cool, but is he gonna be able to sustain a 35-40 home run season with above, I want to say above a 250, because he is a power hitter. He's not really a contact hitter per se. So I'd say above a 250 would probably be best for his average, at least. Can he turn into that contact at bat? Not just be the power guy who can just hit home runs, but that contact that can get a good single every other at bat as well. I mean, obviously not every other at bat, but you get what I mean. Every like 3 out of 10 or whatever. If he could add some more pure contact instead of just straight power, I think he could definitely be in the MVP race once again, like he was last year. Not needing all the home runs, but just based on the average and like RBIs and stuff. So that would be cool. Yeah, at an elite level, and then we already really talked about it. The Mariners, the fire that they're gonna have going into this season because of what happened last year in Toronto in Game 7 of the ALCS. That was a hard one to watch. I remember watching the 15 inning game against Detroit at home. That was awesome. Watching that highlight after a football game was pretty cool, but I digress. But yeah, no, the Seattle Mariners, they've got what it takes, I think, to be a big contender. They've got the experience now. They know what to do to get to that next step. and they've been to the ALCS, so they've got the depth there. That's where I think the Mariners would beat the Yankees, is because they have the experience. The Yankees just seem to be, they get there and there's just too much pressure. They're under the lights of the postseason. Aaron Judge, all credit to him. He's a great player, but once it hits that playoff mark, I don't know. It kind of just seems like he crumbles a little bit. I think if he definitely can get that fixed this year, that would be awesome for the Yankees. They've made it to the World Series, I think, once or twice in like the last 10 to 15 years, but nothing. They haven't won one, I don't think. When was the last time the Yankees? The last time the Yankees won a World Series. 2009, yeah. So that was 16 years ago. It's the last time they won the World Series. So they gotta figure it out in the postseason. That was kind of with the Dodgers. Like, the Dodgers would win their conference regular season, but then they get to the playoffs and it's like they lost to the Nationals, who granted ended up winning the World Series, but it's just like the Dodgers would make it, and then it's just like they fell apart right when the playoffs happened. So that's another one of those things. A player that I want to emphasize here. We've got our Otanis. We got the Aaron Judges of the world. We got the Kyle Schwarbers, the Julio Rodriguez. What about Paul Skeens? That man is a strikeout, 100-plus pitch machine. He is doing something I don't know, because I don't really know too much history about baseball. That's what we're going to be learning about this season. But Skeens has, just from the 2 years I've watched him, and then I watched some LSU film as well. He made a pitch. He invented a pitch that in his first year confused batters so much that they literally had to make their pitchers start pitching that. At least that's what I heard, was that their pitchers in batting practice would have to start throwing this splinker pitch in practice so that the batters would get used to getting pitched that, which I thought was insane. But that's just how good of a player he is, that he invented a pitch and other people had to adjust to that. I don't know when pitches were invented. I'm guessing they were invented all the way back. But it's just like, okay, so we've got new pitches being made not every year. This is like a generational thing. And I think Paul Skeens is probably, he's just one of the best pitchers I've seen play in this era. I mean, I've watched a fair amount of Shohei Ohtani. I think he's really good. I understand the hype a little bit about Shohei Ohtani. Especially that one game, the like fantasy point 39 or whatever point thing that he put up, which was insane. It was like 4 home runs and all these other hitting accolades. That was when he hit the 50-50 exclusive club. But I just think Paul Skeens as a pitcher itself, I think he's the best pitcher in the MLB. He's got to be. He's got to be the best pitcher in the MLB ever. And so he is just a one-of-a-kind player. And I hope that he can continue that going into this next season. Hopefully this third season. If he can have 3 seasons under a 2 ERA, I would consider him one of the best pitchers of all time. I mean, I don't know what other people think, but I think he could be the best pitcher of all time. New York Yankees, we kind of already explained that one, the playoff situation. They need to figure out how to play in the playoffs. Regular season, they're fine. I don't think they need to change up anything. I was actually just watching to get myself familiarized a little bit. I watched last year's opening day with the Yankees, and they look fine. They play. There's kind of these two different kinds of baseball playing teams. It's those who just hit the ball hard, try to get home as many home runs as possible. And then you got teams like the Brewers, who they were facing, who are more of this contact hit, steal bases, old school kind of baseball. Walks, all that kind of stuff. So it was interesting to see the different dynamic. Obviously, the Brewers still have power hitters. Like, it's not like they don't, but their strategy to winning games is more of that, more of the contact hitting and not just blast it to the stands. So I think the Yankees are good in the regular season. They do just fine. They're probably going to win their division again, like they always do. It's just going to be more of the playoffs, making sure they can keep themselves composed to winning the playoff games, because that's when they seem to crumble. Okay, I have some crazy predictions, a few things I want to talk about, and then I think we'll just go to who I think's going to win divisions this year. Not like playoff predictions or anything, but just division winners. And then we will go over a few of the games, and I'll just say a few things, I guess. But okay, crazy predictions. Am I crazy to say that I think the Oakland A's and the Pittsburgh Pirates potentially could, and I think this more the Pittsburgh Pirates, not the A's. I don't think the A's are going to do this. But am I crazy to say that the Pittsburgh Pirates have a chance to win their division? I look at their division, right? Let's just go to their division real quick. And who do we got? In their division, the Cincinnati Reds, the Cubs, the Brewers, and the Cardinals. The Brewers are going to be their biggest competition. Cubs probably too. And the Reds, they've got Elly De La Cruz, who's pretty good as well. I just have a feeling that Pittsburgh has done something in the offseason where they've got the hitting to a better level than what they had last year. I remember, what was it? Skeens is like, he was like 10-11 last year, but in like 10 of those 11 losses, he only allowed one or fewer runs while he was pitching. The rest of them were because the other pitchers lost them the game. So Paul Skeens was really good. He was one of the best last year. But if you looked purely at his win-loss, it was like he looks horrible. And that's why I've heard a lot of people be like the win-loss system is kind of broken in baseball. But I think they have the hitting to where they can eliminate the pitching a little bit and still be okay. Like, I think this team is potentially, I'm not saying they're going to, potentially an 85-90 win team is what I'd say. 85-90 win team. That's what I think their ceiling is. Their basement is like a 50 win team. Paul Skeens gets like ACL or Tommy John surgery, he's out for the season and they just suck the entire year. I don't think that's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen because Paul Skeens is awesome. Probably one of my favorite players. If he was to be in free agency, I really hope the Mariners would go for him because he would be awesome as a Mariner. But I digress. But yes, I think Pittsburgh has a chance. I think realistically, without like, if nothing changes, everything's still the same as last year. The hitting doesn't get better. Pitching still just Paul Skeens and that's it. It's probably a 70 to 73 win team. Maybe in the 60s. But I think there's a chance that they can actually get something done here and actually be competitive for the playoffs. The Oakland A's, I think, could be in a wild card hunt, potentially. Just with all the rookies that they have that played so well last year. I mean, just giving you've got their superstar, Tyler Soderstrom, you got Nick Kurtz, you got Jacob Wilson. The pitching staff is where I am a little concerned. You've got Henry Baez, who's never played AAA. He's only played AA and single A. And he's coming in last year pitching a 2.37 ERA. Towards the end of the season, he had a 5, I think it was a 5.65 ERA. Just terrible. But I don't know. We'll have that's one of my players to watch on Saturday because I think he might be pitching. I don't know. But if he is pitching, that would be my one. Just watch him pitch because he's never pitched in an MLB game before. So I don't know how he's going to do. The other guy would be JT Jin, who's pitching as well. He didn't do very good last year. I want to see him improve probably more with his control. Because he didn't really get a lot of strikeouts. He got a lot of home runs hit on him. He allowed a lot of walks. His ERA was through the roof. It was almost a 6. I believe in him. I see the potential. He just has to take that leap this year to like a 4, maybe a 3 ERA. Try to get the bullpen into like a 4 ERA, at least the starters into a 4 ERA. Maybe we could have. I didn't really look at the relief pitchers all too much, so I'm not like completely in on this Oakland Athletics team, or called the Sacramento Athletics now. But I think there's some things that they just need to let get better. I think they've got the pieces. They definitely have. As I just said, Tyler Soderstrom, one of the best players for the Athletics. You got Nick Kurtz, who was a rookie last year. He's going to be great. And then Jacob Wilson as well. And then you've got the shortstop. I can't remember his name. Sorry, but I can't remember his name. But those 4 players, those are like, you've got concrete players. You can bat. It's going to be that pitching staff that's going to determine the Athletics season. I think, again, they could hit an 83 to 88 win, make the last wild card spot. I don't think they're winning the division because, as I've seen, the Rangers looking really good right now. I like the pieces they got in this offseason. I like the team they've already got surrounding. They have one of the best pitching staffs in terms of ERA on that team. And then, of course, you got my Seattle Mariners. And I think they're going to do awesome as well. So the division's going to be stacked. I think it's going to be very hard to win the AL West this season. I think this is gonna start becoming the NFC West of football. But I do think the Athletics can do good. I also can again see the Athletics just absolutely tank. All their star players just have a second year slump. It's horrible. Nothing goes right, and they just lose it all. So that's that. Oh yes, I did write down Jin's. He had a 5.08 ERA. He started in 16 games, 90.1 innings. He did have 99 strikeouts, 92 hits. He allowed 17 home runs. So, I mean, he allowed about a home run a game. And his average, the batting for other batters was 260. In my knowledge, that's not great. The 5 ERA is horrible. The 4 wins to 7 losses. But again, as I talked about with the Paul Skeens incident, that's not really a determining factor. So I don't really look at that as much, the wins and losses. I look more at what are you allowing in batting average? How many home runs are you letting up? How many earned runs are you letting? Hits? Stuff like that. So, but there's that. I think now we're going to go to divisions. These are predictions. I will have predictions before the regular season starts because I want to see spring training before I watch the regular season. Just to get a feel for how I'm seeing how the teams are looking. So for pre-spring training, I've got the Yankees winning the AL East, probably pretty comfortably. I'm not really seeing much from anybody else. The Red Sox, the Orioles could give them some problems, in the Jays, but I think ultimately the Yankees come out on top. The Tigers in the AL Central, I think just what they had last year, they're bringing it back. Scooble's going to be great, unless Scooble went somewhere else. I didn't read all of the free agency. I will have to get back to you on that. But I think the Tigers are definitely a team that is going to be back. The Mariners winning the AL West. It's just the same team as last year. We lost Eugenio Suarez, and it's gonna be okay. And we lost. Oh dang it! We lost the one guy that hit the single in the 15th inning too. So those 2 players are gonna sting. So I think we have the team though that can get it done. I see the Mets winning the AL East. That's going to be pretty self-explanatory. The Mets have the Nationals, Phillies, Marlins, and Braves to fight with. I'm pretty sure Schwarber left. The Phillies. So that's why I give the Mets the edge, is because the Phillies don't have the star power they used to have. I have the Pirates winning the NL Central. Again, the Brewers are going to be good. I just believe in the Pirates this year. I don't know why. I believe the Pirates can do it. They've got Paul Skeens. They've got the generational talent that they have. I think they can do it. And then you've got the Dodgers. Again, self-explanatory. They're very good. They have the all-star power, like I said. Just a very, very good team that can do it, that can hit the ball well, pitch well. If one side messes up, the other side can fix it. Like, this team is very complimentary. I even had in here, can the Dodgers somehow break the wins record of 116? I think it can happen, especially with the All-Star team. I mean, obviously, you're going to give them breaks and stuff, and if injuries, of course, are going to happen, but it's just like they have the team that can do that. If they played them every game, 162 games, that team, I bet you, could win about 120. So, just something to watch. I don't know. We'll see. We've got the games up here. There's a few I'm not going to watch because I'm not watching the Red Sox play a college team. That gives me no help at all because college and MLB are two completely different sports. Same thing with the whole college football argument of like the national champion for college football playing the worst NFL team. It's not a comparison. So I'm probably not going to watch that game. We got the Yankees, Orioles. We got the Orioles, Baltimore. We've got the Royals, the Kansas City Royals, and the Texas Rangers. We got the White Sox playing the Cubs. The Diamondbacks play the Rockies, and then the Padres play the Mariners. Again, two Minnesota Twins fans. I am not watching you guys play a college team. It's not happening. Sorry, it doesn't help me with my analysis of your team because you're playing a college team. We can have a rant about that at a later date. Yankees, Orioles. This is going to be probably the division race. This is going to be one to watch for. I'm not too worried about Aaron Judge. I'm not too worried about their batting, pitching. Again, it's going to be the Yankees is just, I'm more worried about playoff time. So I don't really see anything wrong with them. Orioles, Adley Rutschman, my guy from Oregon State. Great player. He's going to be good. And then their other guy that I can't remember. I'll have names. I'll be ready to spit them out when I get there. I'm just more of a football basketball guy, so I'm not really I haven't really delved into the MLB space yet. Royals, Rangers. Probably going to be watching that Rangers pitching lineup, seeing if they're the same pitching staff that they were last year, seeing how good they can play, see some of the rookies. That's going to be majority of these games is going to be watching the rookies, what they can do, but then also just watching some of the starting staff just warm up, watching what they can do, seeing what they pitch, if the curve, the slider, the four-seam fastball, all that kind of stuff. Cubs, White Sox, probably going to be one of the worser games. Can't say worser. One of the worst games up here. Both clubs are kind of in a slump right now. The White Sox, I mean, I know they got some good rookies, but I don't know because they're not proven. I don't know anything about them. I haven't heard anything about them at least. And the Cubs are the Cubs. They've been pretty mediocre since they won the World Series. Almost 10 years ago already. D-backs and Rockies. The D-backs are always hyped to be some good team. Never seen it. I don't even really see them most of the season, so I don't really know too much about them. And then the Rockies, they've been a slump team for so long. Last year almost being the worst team of all time. Just preposterous stuff. And then, of course, I'm watching my Mariners play the Padres. Obviously. Got to watch some of the new pitching products. The Padres are going to be the Padres. They got Fernando Tatis Jr. They've got some pretty good key pieces, and they could definitely do something. They could definitely make a playoff run. I don't think World Series wise, but they're definitely good enough to make it to that playoff push. But yeah, so I think if I get up early enough, we'll be watching the Yankees Orioles. If we don't, it'll probably be the Padres Mariners game at 12:10 Pacific time. If I don't wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning for a Yankees game, we'll be watching the Mariners Padres game. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys all in the next episode, which should be, I'll probably do it somewhere Sunday, Monday. Try and get a few games under, and then we'll do like a little recap thing. Originally my plan was gonna be every day, but then I was just like, that's too much. I might do like a daily recap thing for every day, but it's not going to be a long video. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Oh.